Hey there, welcome back to another video. I am Ramona, and today's little topic is, what is your secret that you can't tell anyone because it will probably ruin your life? Now, there's going to be a lot of replies here that, well, yeah, that's a secret I can't tell you. We're looking for, I suppose, the answers of people that are willing to anonymously, or sometimes not anonymously, explain what's going on. First one of course, starts off with, I can't say. Why would you post something like that? But the first real one is, my cakes aren't homemade. Gender confusion since forever, but the political climate isn't very chill about it, so I'm good right now. Mine is that I truly hate my life. Not only my friends, but my family as well. I hate the way they talk to me. I hate how dumb most of my friends are, and the worst part is that I have been stuck with this feeling of hatred for 8 years and don't see any escape from this life. I do really know what to do. I tried to find new friends, but the people I meet are just as stupid, maybe even more stupid. And I'm not even a person with high intellect. I'm just in date with the newest information on Earth, and sometimes they call a geek for doing that. And the worst part is that most of them know I feel this way, and they just don't care at all. Well, someone does suggest save your money and go live on the other side of the country, the other side of the world. Maybe that would help. That's good, change your pace. A change will do you good. Some persons of them. The law of attraction, synchronicity, is in full action right here. Excuse me. You can't trick me into ruining my life. That's a good reply. Never act on my desires. I am also deeply ashamed that it fulfills the stereotype that guys want to sleep with all their female friends. Let's see. A lot of, you're not going to get me to, do that kind of thing. I'm actually a billionaire. Wow. That's probably not true, but hey, I used to work for organized crime, but decided to leave. They tried having me killed multiple times, so I fled the state and go by a different name now. Wow. I have magical powers, and I use them to kill Michael Jackson. That's an admission of guilt. I don't know if Monkey Jones 42069 is real or not, but could be a throwaway account. Is it just me, or does this get posted every week? Yes, it does. That's why we keep doing videos on it, because it's constantly renewing. It's like replenishable material. I do online learning and just spent all day on Reddit. Or I'm 10 years old and have been doing this since year 8. Nice try, father-in-law. I wipe my ass with a shower curtain and blame it on the cat. I slept with your mom. Don't tell anyone, all right? That's probably his dad. I don't think you get how this whole secret thing works. Years ago, I broke both of my arms. My whole Reddit account is a secret from everyone in my real life, except my husband. At least I hope it is. Man, things would get hella awkward if not. I had one guy once say he knew me in real life, and I didn't know if he should tell me who he was or not. Never did find out about that one. I was scared he was telling the truth and didn't want to know. My 54-year-old secret could ruin several lives. My childhood best friend's little brother is actually my son, and his children are my grandchildren. My childhood best friend's little brother is actually my son. Forget DNA. I'm also related. Another donated stem, sir. Already donated a stem cell. No problem. Wait, so you banged your mom of your best friend? So your childhood best friend's mom is a pedo? Why am I reading this correctly? Yeah, this is what I'm trying to understand. Was she hot? Oh my goodness. Nice try, FBI. I post questions like this on Reddit and then use the answers to blackmail the people who are dumb enough to answer it. I disguise fast food as my own cooking. I'm also a secret admirer of the Aurora Borealis. Why would you be a secret admirer? There's a lot of people that do that. I'm not entirely sure I can read. I've just memorized a bunch of letters and words and say them. I look like I can defend myself, but I have never actually been in a physical fight. I sometimes walk around just to look up girls' tummies and crop tops. I have a huge belly button fetish. Not exactly a secret, but something I keep hidden from most people. I smoke meth 5 times a day to manage fatigue problems, and I've done about every drug out there. If word got out with any sense of authority, my life would be over. I have almost taken my life on 16 separate occasions, and nobody knows. I can't tell anyone because they would put me in a hospital until Jesus returns. Edit. I appreciate the kindness, and I would like to assure everyone that I am in a much better mental state nowadays. It isn't perfect, but it's been a while since it was as bad as it used to be, and I am working on getting some help with my problems. I secretly hate the super popular friend in my friend group as they are the one-upper. They are annoying, super intrusive, and not lying. They are rich and do everything. They have the one-upper story, and they are telling the truth. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Reminds me when I went skydiving without a parachute. My partner jumped after me, clipped onto me, and pulled his chute. It was the most exhilarating experience. Let me have this, Randall. Those cookies I bought to the company product were store-bought from a small bakery in town. Then I put them in my Tupperware. See you in hell. One time, I cooked minute rice in 55 seconds. My biggest secret is I'm a little naive. Excuse me. I did a lot of drugs for years and was addicted to doing basically any drug at any time. I had 50 grams of speed, pills of any type, all the psychedelics. I'm sober now. Well, thank goodness. I'm glad. Glad you're there to tell the story. I was a mambo dancer for the CIA. I'm John Eldenring. I don't plan on living past 40 to 45. This won't ruin my life, but I don't need people close to me to know yet. Edit. Wow, I'm surprised it's got so many upvotes. It's sad to know how many people resonate with this feeling. Someone says I shot a man in Reno. I'm assuming it was just to watch him die. I get aroused by iguanas. Sometimes I have the strong urge to run away from this life and start over. It may not ruin, but it wouldn't be good. One of the closest family members offered me sex during one of the most mentally unstable times of his life. I wasn't interested. Nothing else happened and the topic never came up again. One of the main reasons why I haven't brought it up in family is because his marriage is already unstable, and I don't intend to make it worse. I did a favor for an organized crime figure. Because I had a brain injury, I had to constantly be mindful of my habits before going to bed. If I don't, I will be like a kid that's constantly wets the bed unconsciously. It's an awful feeling, but since my brain injury, sometimes I miss the mind-body connection thing. It happens. Once they discover this, though, whatever they do, I now have made up my mind to just have the let them mindset. My shiny Pokemon are clones. We all knew she was ugly. Well, it's not really a secret. I didn't stop doing martial arts because I was annoyed that they took the kids group and were expected to help coach them while they were still paying for their own classes. I stopped because fighting other men made me horny as hell, and that would not have been a context for which I wanted to interact with kids. And then I realized how fucked up it was that I started fighting other guys for my sexual gratification, while they just saw it as fighting, period. So fighting on a whole kind of got shameful and disgusting. So I quit. Wouldn't be much of a secret if I told you. Yeah, figured we're gonna get a lot of those. I'm not gonna read all of them, obviously. But here's the disturbing one. I let the dogs out. Wow. If it was me, Shaggy was telling the truth all these years. I pretend to be the most highly certified, well-experienced endpoint specialist in the world. Really, I'm just the best Googler available. I once downloaded a car. I don't understand that. I know someone who put 200 pounds of diesel into a camper van's water tank, then ran out of fuel, and couldn't use it for taps, showers, etc. ever again because even though they got rid of the diesel, it always stank of it. I used to share an apartment with my colleague friend who is now my manager. When his wife used to visit and they went out, I used to sneak into the room and her undies. I am obsessed with her. I found out that Earth is neither flat or round. It's a triangle. I secretly love Nickelback. There's probably groups for that. I'm just saying. I'm secretly 9 foot 11 inches, but I just squat most of the time. All of my passwords are the same word with different combinations of numbers and punctuation marks. I do jazz hands when I'm off video on Zoom calls. Nice try, Wishmaster. I am an atheist. I enjoyed Morbius. At Christmas, my family loves my homemade eggnog. It's just high-end store-bought eggnog, and I put 1 or 2 pieces of eggshell to make it look as if they missed when I strained the eggnog. I think we've all done kind of, I didn't go as far as the egg shell, but yeah, there's things we do. Some people know about this already, but not my family, relatives, friends, the family. I don't know if it would ruin my life, but it would ruin the relationship I have with most of the remaining members of my family. My mother died last year, and my dad lives in another country. I was sexually abused by a family member, a relative, when I was a kid. I remember it when my childhood friend told me about it last year. I had apparently told her when I was a child. I myself had totally forgotten about it, pushed it out of my mind, probably to protect myself. But now I remember most of it. I still have some things clouded hidden, and I want to remember. But I can't without help. I don't think. Well, hopefully you've gotten some help by now. But the worst thing I've ever done, I mixed a pot of fake puke at home, and then I went to the movie theater, hid the puke in my jacket, climbed up the balcony, and then I made a noise like, whoa, whoa, and then I dumped it all over the side, all over the people in the audience. And then, this was horrible, all the people started getting sick and throwing up all over each other. I never felt so bad in my entire life. As well you should. I mean, that's a creative genius thing, but damn, that's horrible. I committed a pretty weird crime when I was 13. Misdemeanor, but it was very socially damaging. It got out eventually and caused everyone in my high school to hate me. I lost all of my friends and became a shut-in for my entire life because of it. I've never recovered from it and still suffer from pretty extreme suicidal thoughts 15 plus years later because of how fucked up it made me. I learned later that my behavior that led to the crime was actually caused by significant brain damage I had when I was a child. But back then, traumatic brain injuries weren't treated that seriously, and no one really understood what was wrong with me psychologically. The evaluations all deemed me to be normally functioning human. Wow. It's kind of cute when this type of question appears and people tell their innocent, irrelevant secrets like, I don't bake. I really envy them. See, it makes me wonder what kind of I don't, never mind. One post like this, someone had an interesting question. A few posts like this, maybe they didn't see the first one. Every week, I'm starting to think feds are posting it here hoping that someone else themselves has a case they're working on. That is brilliant. I love that idea. I once took the back tire bolts nuts off of a friend's pickup because he pissed me off. Was at least 16 years ago. Caused a crash that broke his leg. Blamed it on faulty parts and the mechanics got yelled for it. Ugh. Well, hopefully you learned your lesson. That time back in the 80s when I solved my Rubik's Cube, I actually just peeled off all the stickers and put them back in order. I could never do that. I tried to peel off the stickers. I never could because I could never solve the damn thing. I come across as friendly and kind. Deep down, I despise humanity and wish I could live alone in a cabin without human contact. Just lots of books and snacks. I found my soulmate. That's probably not because they don't want to be with anybody, but yeah. I feel that to my core. I love Miley Cyrus, especially her album Bangers. Shit hits in the Pinto. That I hate my mom's side of the family. I wish I grew up with my dad instead. Maybe then I wouldn't have had a permanent burn scars on my hands and feet. Ooh, there's a story there. My first time having sex was also the first time I kissed someone. Little did he know because it was dark. I was on my period. He never said anything about it. Maybe he didn't notice. Wow. And the joke's on you. I already ruined my life a long time ago. I got kidnapped by aliens and they probed me. Cannot tell anyone because I'm afraid my brother is one of them. I once helped a single parent out of poverty and into the career with computers, bought them a middling laptop, the first computer their family had ever owned, and paid off a couple of small debts, helped them make ends meet for a few months until they got their first help desk job. Now they have moved on to a higher level IT field, and it's easily supporting their immediate family of 6, along with their son. 2 of their siblings are now going into IT too, completely up into this family's economic destiny, maybe for generations. The punchline? I met her when she was a sex worker in Russia, and I was, and still am, married. I'm sure you can imagine how we met. I don't know. I can't figure it out. I am the Muffin Man. That's kind of cool. So I shared my one secret with my ex-husband, and he has used it against me every chance he got. I thought he was the one person I could trust. He has used it to blackmail me, and he brings it up all the time and calls me names and shit because of it. I'll never make the mistake of telling anyone ever again, so no matter how much I trust them. I was a sex worker for 3 years. I was a broke college student and used my youth to my advantage. It was fun, but ultimately not for me anymore. So stopped and sold my body to the man being the military. I am totally burned out, and I just can't anymore. Yeah, I can feel that one. I have 3 illegitimate children, all in different countries. I was a man whore back in my youth. I kind of, I have a experience similar to that. Not me personally, because I was not a man whore. I know someone who is a man whore, and I'm always joking about someday the kids, there's going to be a random kid's gonna, adult now, gonna wind up showing up on your doorstep and say, hey, guess what? I'm your kid. When asked to bring potato salad to an event, I buy at the store, transfer to Tupperware, sprinkle paprika on serve. I am a monster. No, that's pretty common thread on these, actually. A lot of people apparently do that kind of stuff. Not that I ever have. I am a robot from the future sent back in time to destroy humanity. I think I've seen that movie. I contemplate suicide daily, but my wife and daughter keep me going strong. Edit, thank you. I have a good helpline in person for me to talk to. An even larger helpline online here with y'all. Thank you. Each day is a struggle, but keep going for those that I love. That probably resonates with a lot of people, yeah. I was groomed as a teenager, and he made me make out with a dog. I am still disgusted and keep only cats over it. My milkshakes only seldomly bring all the boys to the yard. And someone replies with, I could teach you, but there would be a fee involved. I had a depression for 6 years because from a kid I was different from other physically appearance and way to think. And then one woman came into my life, and even though I have I don't know what that is. I managed to impregnate her. Oh, I guess he couldn't, but she aborted it anyway. Now all I want to do is put myself 6 feet underground. Oh my goodness, that's a lot. I paid people to write my master's thesis. You're probably not alone. You're probably not alone there. There's probably quite a few people that do that. Hell, I may have even dabbled in something like that in college. You never know. I'm just saying, it could have happened. My childhood friend has 2 siblings that he doesn't know exist. They are twins, around 2 years old now. I promised to keep it a secret. My dad and his dad are close friends. My dad is quite the gossip and spilled every last detail to me. Apparently their father, handsome, tall, a sports prodigy, slept with a doctor who lied about being on birth control so that she could give birth to his children, who she claimed had superior genetics. She was his former doctor who pulled up his private records in order to score a date with him, and she had all of his contact information at hand. Never wanted child support or even a father in the kids' lives. Just an involuntary sperm donor. Very weird. And highly unethical, we might add. In a low-key kind of way, looking forward to my mom dying. I used to think I could not survive it, and I'd soon follow her, but honestly, I could use the break before I die myself, and I'm stuck with a woman for eternity in hell. We had plans to be neighbors, but really, I could use some actual space and boundaries and some time in my life not being her source. I don't want her to die. I just won't be okay. I'll be okay without her. It won't mean I have to then take my own life like I once did. Plus, I get the life insurance, which won't fix the pain, but it won't hurt. I love my mom, and I should not, and honestly, but I should not, and honestly, I'm kind of growing just tired of her BS and just want some peace. There's a lot going on there. Yeah, yeah. When I was 22, I hung around with a bad crowd and developed a nasty coke problem. It started out as a weekend thing and eventually turned into a daily addiction, and I hit rock bottom when I stole and pawned a ring from my mom's jewelry box. Well, it turns out the ring was passed from generations and had tremendous significant sentimental value and cannot be replaced. I was going to come clean a few years ago and tell my mom the truth, but she had already blamed her older brother who had drug issues of his own, and I let my brother take the fall for it. I've regretted it daily ever since that it was 24 years ago. Not gonna ruin my life, but if I finally tell her after 24 years, but it definitely won't be the favorite child anymore. Wow. That I am in a 10 years relationship and am still a virgin because of anxiety, pregnancy, and the foreskin being stuck at the tip of the penis. Also, I hide the fact that I have social and health anxiety because I can't afford the therapy and I'm going to have to get a job having anxiety. Because of these, I'm not even able to get a job. My name is not Wendy. I don't get that reference. I have a hue, but the smallest one is something very simple. I hate Christmas. I think we'll leave it there because that one's actually pretty depressing right there. I mean, this time of year. No, it's not that bad. I know a lot of people that don't like holidays. I actually am not so fond of several of them anymore, but that's a story for another time, which I will not tell. Anyway, thank you for listening and watching. If you don't mind, would you leave a like or a comment or maybe even subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, or go watch another video. That would be awesome too. Anyway, hope you guys have a good day and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Hello, once again, I am Ramona, and I'm here to shamelessly self-promote one of my little projects over on Amazon.com, the Easy to Color coloring book. These are all hand-drawn with the stencils because it was cooler that way. I tried drawing hands-free or, freehand. That's something nobody wants to see. So this is a coloring book. It's got, I don't remember how many it's got in it. I want to say between 40 and 50. Big, large images, good for kids, good for adults with arthritis like myself. So, I can't do the little intricate things. I love coloring. I color all the freaking time, but it's hard for me to do the intricate stuff. So that's why I created this little coloring book. Lots of weird geometrical shapes because that's what I like to do. There's also little inspirational, not so inspirational quotes on the back, just so you can pass your time and have a little bit of fun. But go check it out over on Amazon.com. It says volume 1. I haven't gotten around to making a volume 2, but maybe someday. You never know. Hope springs eternal. But check it out, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks for listening and watching. Bye-bye. Hey, Ramona here. I am going to shamelessly self-promote here a little bit. In case you knows, I've got some stuff over on Amazon.com, some projects, novels, coloring books, some other stuff. The one I'm talking about right now is called My Memory Book. It's mostly for kids. I mean, I guess you could do it if you want to, but so that your kid can have a record, a memory book to record things throughout their life, because I found this out with my kid. He's like, well, what was my favorite color when I was a kid, and what songs did I like, what shows did I like? So I created this little book, and it's very colorful. It's small, but it's got things like my full name is, and the year I was born, the day I was born. I like to watch my favorite programs and movies and the characters I like best, and it's a way for them to grow up, and you don't have to fill it all out at once. It's kind of like you're supposed to do it over the years. My thought was, every birthday go through and do a little bit. My first teacher was named. When I get older, I think I might like to be that kind of thing. Just a cute little way, fun little way for them to interact, and you can have your own little memory book. Get one for each kid or whatever, and just a way for them to learn. And as it goes on, the questions get a little more developed. They're not super developed at the beginning, but and you can put pictures in. You can do all kinds of stuff. my first job, stuff about school, stuff about music, your future dreams, that kind of stuff. But anyway, if you're interested, go look it up on Amazon.com. It's called My Memory Book. Good for kids of all ages, but mostly little kids because, you want to have them remember things later on. Anyway, thanks, and talk to you later. Bye.